The land-grabbing phenomenon in Fako division enters full gear as some unscrupulous officials of the division enter into CDC land at Ombe, a locality of the southwest region, leading to the destruction of more than 500 palm trees. This has led to the disgruntlement of CDC General Manager Franklin Gonenjie. Plus, Cameroon Football Federation Fecafoot goes tough against players in the MTN Elite 1 and 2 Championship for dual nationality in the 2023-2024 football season. Good evening to you all. Those were major headlines, and you are welcome to High Prime of Tuesday, the 12th of March 2024. For presentation, I am attending Larry Kevin Tabot. We start off with this communique from Territorial Administration Minister Paul Atsanganji, whereby the Minister of Territorial Administration Paul Atsanganji has issued a communique this afternoon banning the political alliance for change in Cameroon of Honorable Jean-Michel Ninche after the politician and some other political figures in the country visited jail Anglophone separatist leaders Sekou Ayok Tabe Julius and others at the Kondingi Maximum Security Prison in Yaoundé. To Paul Atsanganji, these ill-mentioned persons are working for the destabilization of Cameroon, and as such, they must be stopped at all costs, not for them to gain their selfish interests. This was done today in Yaoundé. We take you to other news items, this time around with the Muslim faithful in the country, where Cameroonian Muslim community in Cameroon today joined their peers over the world over to start the 30 days of Ramadan fasting and prayer, one of the 5 pillars that has been stipulated by the Islamic calendar as the Holy Quran stipulates. Our reporter Aisha Mbeng has more on that story.
Millions of Muslim faithful in Cameroon and the world at large have begun observing the holy month of Ramadan all over the national and international territory. The month of Ramadan is of immense significance to Muslims all over the world. It is a period of intense spiritual devotion and self-reflection. Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic lunar calendar, and it is considered the holiest month for Muslims as it commemorates the revelation of the Quran, Islam's holy book. It is broadly interpreted as the obligation to refrain between dawn and dusk from food, drink and sexual activities, and all forms of immoral behavior, including impure and unkind thoughts. The month is also a unique moment as it comes with a lot of benefits, one of them which is the possibility of getting his or her sins forgiven by Allah. The Ramadan month is rich in lesson sharing as it teaches Muslims to follow the footsteps of the Prophet Muhammad, who taught and practiced generosity. According to the Imam, after the sunset prayer, Muslims gather in their homes or mosques to break their fast with a meal called iftar that is often shared with friends and extended families. At the end of the holy month fast, Muslims celebrate what is known as El Harfid, the Feast of Fast Breaking, which is one of the 2 major religious holidays of the Muslim calendar.
We move over to the northwest region, where the Archbishop of the Bamenda Ecclesiastical Province, the Most Reverend Andrew Nkeya, today, Tuesday, 12th of March 2024, paid a surprise visit to the Bamenda main market. It was a visit of consolidation to the people of that market after the Bamenda main market fire incident. He went around the market as he blessed the people, giving them God's words of comfort. He equally met with leaders of business trade union as he concluded his visit by visiting the market master's office, where he met with close collaborators of the Bamenda main market master collaborators. With this engagement of his, it brought a lot of joy and hope to the victims of the Bamenda main market fire incident that occurred some weeks ago. His watchword before leaving the main market was the words from God that says, no matter the difficulties that come our way, we should remember that God will never abandon us. That was what the Archbishop of the Bamenda Archdiocese had to say for today. We cross over to one of our lead stories. The General Manager of the Cameroon Development Corporation, Franklin Gonenje, has expressed his disgruntlement on some divisional officials in the region who are encroaching on CDC land after the state of Cameroon called on CDC to render 3 hectares of land at the Ombe locality in Fako Division for the construction of a logistics center for the Cameroon Battalion Interrapid Unit, of known in French as B. But these set persons went above the stipulated 3 hectares of land. Let's take a details with this upcoming report. After the instruction of government for the CDC to allocate 3 hectares of land via the SDO of Fako to the Rapid Intervention Battalion B for the construction of a logistics center at Ombe. In the process of the land demarcation, some persons went far above the required 3 hectares of land of the said CDC, something the General Manager of the Cameroon Development Corporation emphasized.
Sometime last week, I got a hint of some irregularities surrounding that surrender to B, and I did some checks and immediately made a report to the Legion Commander of the Gendarmerie to expose the need for an investigation.
With this information that was brought to his notice, he immediately alerted the local forces in the process for them to bring to book those who are involved in this shady deal, such as more than 500 palm trees were being destroyed.
For CDC, it is very, very important because we know that the trees are our capital. CDC is all about the rubber tree, the palm tree, and the banana. There seems to be no basis for this destruction that has gone on, that has happened by whosoever.
For better clarity of the situation at hand, the top management of the corporation visited the site to get first-hand information.
Actually established that beyond the 3 hectares that was identified and demarcated for the B logistics base, there's been an illegal felling of a good number of trees. The gendarmerie will use their competence to identify the persons who are responsible for that which has happened, and they should be brought to take their responsibility.
With the case being left in the hands of the forces of law and order, CDC top officials are highly awaiting for the different culprits to be brought to book. We talk education on this newscast, where one of the legendary colleges in the southwest region, the Seat of Wisdom College Fontaine, that has been a legend college of so many exploits, as it was a beehive in the heydays before the Anglophone crisis in 2016. The campus is now a shadow of itself, as it's now inhabited by wild animals and overgrown grasses that has engulfed the said legendary campus of Seat of Wisdom College Fontaine. More with our reporter Ngoni Sonita on that story.
Present-day Seat of Wisdom that has been unfortunately closed in the shadow of its former self. Everywhere is quiet, but for the noises of the birds in the area who have made Seat of Wisdom College a home as opposed to students. The gate is partially crumbled to one side with shrubs on the fence. At the end of the fence, school is a different scenario, with the fence completely overshadowed by trees. Moving inside the magnificent structure, the Seat of Wisdom is almost not recognizable. From closed classrooms to chairs tucked on each other, the educational establishment is begging for a rebuild. The boys' dormitory and the football field at the distance have all been taken up by shrubs. Our Lady of Seat of Wisdom College in Fontaine was established back in 1966 by the Focolare movement, an Italian religious group within the Roman Catholic Church. Tens of thousands of children from within and without this royal community have benefited from this educational establishment. The ongoing crisis in the region has had untold sufferings on the school and its occupants, the students. Before the outbreak of the ongoing crisis, Seat of Wisdom College was a leading secondary and high school across Cameroon, offering co-education to boys and girls. Statistics from the Cameroon General Certificate of Education (GC) Board shows that Seat of Wisdom College Fontem was among the top 5 secondary high schools in Cameroon, frequently registering 100% pass rate at the GC ordinary and advanced level examinations. Seat of Wisdom is one of the first schools that went operational in Fontem. Inhabitants of Fontem share fond memories of an educational establishment that has stood the test of time. They, however, wish that peace should prevail and for the crisis to come to an end so that Seat of Wisdom can regain its lost glory.
You are watching High Prime and we are coming to you live from our main studio here in High Television. We talk sports on this newscast where the Southwest Regional Delegation for Secondary Education headed by Dr. Anambwa Etonde has expressed satisfaction with the degree of preparedness going on in Limbe for the hosting of the upcoming FENASCO A Games of the Ministry of Secondary Education. The national competition will be taking place as from the 2nd of April right up to the 9th of the set month of April. As our reporter on that story, Rita Mafani Mujoko tells us more.
With less than a month to go for the National FENASCO A Games scheduled to take place in Limbe from the 2nd to the 9th of April 2024, the regional secondary education stakeholders are having the final touch of the game proper and the different divisional qualifications.
Then we've been preparing. Thanks to the regional delegates for sports and physical education and our teachers of sports and physical education, we are working. We've already had sub-divisional finals. We are on, and some divisions already have had their divisional finals, and we know that before the end of this week we're going to be done with divisional finals. And when we get the best from the divisions, we're going to have our regional finals, and we are sure that if in Garoua we performed the way we did in Limbe, we should perform better.
The meeting that took place at the multipurpose hall of Government High School Limbe saw the expertise of some actors who stipulate on the different measures taken.
During the games in Mope Down Beach 2024, emphasis were laid for the athletes to go through a phase where they will have a specific treatment at the level of their lodging. And she ordered that in every compound where the athletes were lodged, let there be at least 2 fans to permit them recover more easily.
The Southwest Regional Delegate for Secondary Education on her part reiterated on their firm readiness, calling on all across the 6 divisions to be part and parcel of such initiative.
And so I want to say we are ready. As far as infrastructure is concerned, the minister that signed us to go round with some experts who came from the ministry to ensure that our infrastructures are ready. The minister herself, she came here with her team to verify, and we have 1 or 2 infrastructures that are going to be put up, and work is already on. I want to just call on the population of the Southwest region, all 6 divisions of the Southwest region, to be part of this wonderful event that is coming on from the 2nd to the 9th of April in the region.
With the different works ongoing in Limbe to the build-up of the 2024 FENASCO A Games to be held in Limbe, all has to be set for a hitch-free moment to all that will be attending.
The public investment budget of projects for the FACO division for 2023 financial year now stands at 91% fiscal realization rate and 90% of financial rate of execution. These figures were made known by the chairperson of that said follow-up committee, Honorable Gladys Etombi, who was speaking to journalists in the town of Limbe as Alice Leke Liengu Ikome was there and now tells us more.
The fourth quarter divisional follow-up committee meeting that took place recently in Limbe discloses that public investment budget projects in FACO division stands at 91% physical realization rate and 90% financial rates. The meeting was presided over by the chairperson of the divisional follow-up committee, Honorable Gladys Etombi, who expressed her satisfaction both at the level of attendance and the overall percentage of project realization.
I think as at now, FACO division is having a 91%, but this is because of some 3 projects that we are having a little bit of difficulties, and those 3 projects are amounting to the tune of about 300 million. But works are ongoing, and I'm hopeful that by the end of this month, the works will be concluded. We say that we have some difficulties with the 2 projects of the City Council, which are still at the level of 50%. And I believe with the promise that you all have heard from the City Mayor, that in the days ahead, the contractor will be rounding up.
According to the divisional delegate for Minepat, the division is very close to 100%.
Because I've been to the field myself, I saw the contractor, I saw the workers on site. They are really putting in their best to make sure that before we get into the heavy rains, they must have rounded up, thereby giving FACO division 100%.
Satisfied because, we have talked about it over and over that the presence of the mayors is paramount. And today we have seen that, in fact, all the mayors were present. And that really gave me joy. Not just that, but in the regional classification of the councils and their projects, out of the first 5, we have 3 of our FACO councils, and the first of them all is Limbe 1 Council. It really gives you satisfaction that the meetings that we have been holding have not gone in vain.
The meeting took place under the watchful eyes of the senior divisional officer for FACO division, Viam Mekala, who wants that the state will not fold its arms if all efforts put in place is jeopardized.
On to our sports page now, as the preparations for the playoff and play down the season of the MTN Elite 1 and 2 Championship continues. The Cameroon Federation of Football, FECAFOOT, has released a 62-man provisional list of players with dual identification. This has Young Sport Academy having 13 of the players, as now the decision has been taken by the Cameroon Football Federation, FECAFOOT. Once more with you, Ngonyi Sonita.
Barely few days to the 2023-2024 playoffs and play down of the MTN Elite 1 and 2 competition, the Cameroon Football Federation FECAFOOT has released a 62-man player list accused of dual identification. The provisional list sees about 13 players from Young Sports Academy as the highest team with the highest number of dual identity. Victoria United, who equally won a spot at the playoffs due to appeals, is equally affected as 7 of her players were shortlisted. Among the 7 players is Wilfred Nathan Douala. It should be noted that he was the youngest player aged 17 during his call-up at the just-ended African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast in the Lions' Den. In response to all these claims, Victoria United has disclaimed all the allegations about 2 of their players, including Wilfred Nathan Douala and the second highest goal scorer, Richmond Nji. At press time, the Federation has not yet suspended or taken any definite decision about the situation. As the national and international scene awaits the final scene, it should be echoed that A French TV station, Le Monde, has reportedly dug up 2 different identities of Victoria United midfielder Wilfred Nathan. The controversial situation is still on a scale of uncertainty, but however, if CAF is to look into the situation and the Cameroon Federation is guilty, it definitely means that Cameroon will be excluded from the next 2 African Cup of Nations editions as the law stipulates.
That sports story from Gunyo Senator. This is what concludes tonight's news package, High Prime, of Tuesday, the 12th of March 2024. Thanks for watching and keep on watching High Television, and good night from us.